Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. We are going to be playing some Clash Royale. Yes, this is an iOS game, and yes, it is by the developers of Clash of Clans. So some of you are thinking, he's being paid to do this. Nope. Although I would happily accept money to play this game, because I've been playing it non-stop since last night, and I think I might be fucking obsessed with it. I've never streamed iOS before. I'm using a program called Reflector to, through AirPlay, send my iOS signal through to my PC and then screen capture it, which means there's a very slight amount of latency from what you see, but it won't make any difference to you. Like, none whatsoever. You should have no problem watching it, and I have no problem playing it because there's no actual latency on my end, so... Okay, yeah, it's a weird layout, isn't it? It's fucking... Yeah, you gotta play it in portrait, which is actually kind of annoying. You can watch the replays in landscape, but you can't play the game in landscape. Although the way that it's designed, it kind of makes sense. So... I don't like Clash of Clans at all. Like, it's repetitive. Basically, it's a modern version of Planetarian, which was a web-based game in the late 90s, which was about taking planets and asteroids from people, and it taking 10 hours for that to fucking happen. This, however, this is not that at all. This uses a lot of the Clash of Clans assets, but it's basically what I describe as a mixture of Dota, Kingdom Rush, and Hearthstone. Let me show you. Let me just do a battle. Let me show you how this game works. Here we go. Do let me know if I need to adjust this. Oh, God. Okay, that's probably way too loud. Do let me know if that's true, and I'll adjust it. I have never, ever streamed iOS before, so this is new to me. I'm gonna assume that this is too loud, however. It certainly sounds like it's too loud. So let me knock this down. Oh, God, no, not you. Anything but you. Sort of prince after you. Apparently it sounds okay. It certainly doesn't sound okay to me. I'm gonna knock it down a bit. It's way too loud for me. There we go. That should make it a bit easier for me. Alright, because I wasn't paying any attention, I'm fucking losing, so... Alright, so the point of the game is quite simple. You've got 3 towers. One has your king in it. Oh, fuck. That's a prince. Skeletons. That'll do the job. One of them has a prince in it. The other 2 have crowns. When you destroy a tower with a crown, you earn a crown. The time limit on the game, as you can see, is about 3 minutes. When the game ends, the person with the most crowns, or the person who has destroyed either all the towers or the king's tower, is the winner. You have elixir down the bottom. This elixir allows you to summon units that you summon from a deck. The deck is what you build a deck of 8 units, and they each have a cost, and you can play them once you have enough elixir to play them. When the timer gets to the last 60 seconds, it goes to double elixir mode, so you can summon units twice as quickly. I just lost the tower, which means I'm kind of losing right now. Apparently it is too loud. Yeah, I thought so. People were lying to me. It's like, people are like, it's not too loud at all. It should be a lot better now. Let me know if that's better. Oh, God, that's a bunch of skeletons. Okay, bomb tower should clear those out quite nicely. So basically, you want to build a deck that can handle as much as possible, while still also having the right kind of mana curve in order to be able to summon a steady stream of units and not end up in a position where you get fucked. Alright, this isn't good. Princes are really strong. I have one of those, but... It's alright, I should be able to take him out from there. I'm actually losing right now, as you probably noticed. Alright, it's now double. Okay, so I'm going to send a giant in. Giant's a siege unit. Giants only attack buildings, and they're very, very good at it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to back it up with a prince, who is a charging unit. If he gets a couple of seconds run up, he does double damage on first strike. Oh shit, that's bad. Bomb tower should clear those out, but I don't know if I've got the range. Hopefully it will. There we go, that blew up most of those. That's what I like to see. Alright, we've got guys coming in from the side right there. I'm gonna send in some spear goblins here as well. I really need this tower down. Once you break a tower, you can actually spawn on their side of the map. So it's really important to be able to bring them down. That one giant should take that out. Those skeletons should spawn around there. Let's create a goblin hut, which is going to create spawning locations. There we go. That's all I see. That tower's now going to go down. Now immediately... Oh, come on. Shit, they killed the giant before I killed the tower. Fuck. Okay, my strat just went to hell. That's a giant. I'm boned. Alright, cannon up. Go on, get it! You've got to get it! If you don't get it... No! Shit, he surrounded us! Fuck! Ah, now I lose, because I'm 1 crown down. So it is a really, really, really fucking frantic mix of Dota, Hearthstone, and tower defense. Fuck me, that was... and it's really, really fast. Alright, so you wondered about the business model. So... You get a bunch of free stuff. Every time you win a battle, you get a chest. That chest is free and it contains a bunch of cards, but it takes time to unlock. That's how they did it. So these take 3 hours. Alternatively, I can pay a small amount of premium currency to unlock this entirely. There are silver, gold, and magical chests, and they have higher, you know, silver chest is a guaranteed drop. You might get a gold chest, or you might get a magic chest. Magic chests contain like rares and epics. So let's open this chest here. Let's see what's in it. So you get some gold. Gold can be used to purchase cards. So there's an in-game shop which sells cards for gold. You can use that to buy copies of cards, which is really useful. As you get copies of cards, you can upgrade the cards, and when you upgrade the cards, you need more copies of the cards to upgrade to the next level. Alright, so, oh, cool. Got a giant there, that's good. And you also get a free chest, and every 24 hours, you get what's called a crown chest. When you've captured 10 crowns, you get a chest to open. So, I got some minions there we go, and one for my Valkyrie, alright. And I got another free chest. You actually get multiple free chests every few hours. So, since I've not played it all night, I actually slept last night. I feel fucking brilliant. I slept for 10 hours. That's amazing. I haven't done that in months. There we go. So I've opened those chests. So, this is the deck building aspect of the game. So you got the battle deck here. It's going to give you your average elixir cost, which obviously you want to try and balance. If your average elixir cost is too high, you can get caught off guard. And you want to balance it so that you can deal with pretty much anything. And the levels there are going to dictate how powerful a unit is. So when you level a unit up, it costs the same amount in elixir, but it gets more stats. Now you are matched up with people who have about the same power level as you. So even if I pay, you know, what you're going to ask is this game pay to win, right? So no, because what they do is they matchmake you against people that have the same sort of power level as you do. And these arenas right here, as you gain more trophies, you gain access to new arenas. Each arena has a new drop list. It has a new loot table that you can get stuff from. I'm going to tap and just pay to unlock this. There we go. I bought a bunch of currency last night because I played the first few games of this and I'm like, this is fucking awesome. And I decided I'd pay some money. Oh, I'm very close to actually leveling my spear golems up. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I wonder if I can buy an upgrade to those. No, unfortunately not. So this is the stuff you can buy. Every, like, 12 hours, they rotate the shop, and they put a bunch of cards in it. So I could upgrade my arrows here multiple times, which is a spell. I could upgrade the Goblin Hut. The problem is I need 20 Goblin Huts to upgrade to the next level, and that would cost me way too much. You can also buy treasure chests for in-game currency. These are... I'm going to buy a full-on level magical chest here for you. This is the premium currency down the bottom here. So basically, an arena magical chest has like 40 cards in it, and it costs $3.33. If you want to buy a silver chest, let me do the math in my head based on 10. I'm terrible at mathematics. I don't know if you've noticed that. So if that was 100, so that would be 9 cents, 18 cents, 27 cents, I believe, for a silver chest. And the silver chest has 4 cards in it. The magical chest has 41 cards in it, along with guaranteed epics and rares. So weirdly enough, the business model is actually pretty good. Like, it was just weird. Like, yeah, I can pay to win here, but I'm gonna end up against other people that also paid to win. So it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. And all these chests are acquirable in-game. The way that they are getting you is by exploiting your patience. Because you can have up to 4 chests at any given time, and you earn a chest every time you win. And the silver chests take 3 hours to unlock. The gold chests take 8, and I think the arcane chests take like 12 or something. So what they're doing is they are exploiting your patience. And I have no patience. So let's open a magic chest. Here we go. So you get a bunch of gold, and then you get a bunch of common cards, and usually that contains a lot of duplicates, which is good for your upgrades here. So we've got some minions. Cool. Upgrade for spear goblins. That's awesome because I use them. Upgrade for bomb tower. Great. Use that too. Upgrade for musketeer. And then you get your rares. That's an upgrade for the mini P.E.K.K.A., which is really powerful. And an upgrade for my baby dragon. There we go. Cool. So that's what I got out of that chest right there. So I'm going to upgrade my deck now. So I can spend gold to upgrade to the next level of goblin. There we go. I'm not WTF-ising it. No, it's an iOS game. I don't WTF-is iOS games. I just felt like streaming this because I actually really enjoy it, and I thought I would like to share that. Plus, people can't handle the fact that I am salty and toxic with my friends. So you're never getting Overwatch with my friends again. Because fuck everybody that said that. I accidentally read some YouTube comments today because my Firefox add-on crashed, and it actually showed the YouTube comments on the Overwatch video, and I think that everyone posted there as a fucking tool. I just want to point that out. So, we don't play with our friends anymore, because apparently you guys can't handle it. It's true. Like, people judge the relationship between me and my friends when they have no right to do so, because they're not my friends. Like, you need to understand this. Like, viewers are not friends. You're not my friends. You're my viewers, and I appreciate you, and I love you for everything you do, but you're not my friends. So you don't get to judge the relationship that I have with my friends. If I was being toxic with randoms, I would totally understand your complaint. But I wasn't, so fuck you. So I'm not playing Overwatch with my friends anymore because apparently the viewers can't handle the way that I talk to my friends. And if my friends had a problem with how I talk to them, they would tell me because we are adults. So fuck you. But I will, however, play Overwatch solo, because as you probably saw from the video that went out today on the stream channel and was streamed 2 days ago, I am not toxic with solo players. I am kind and helpful. Because you can't act that way with solo players, that's the point. How do people cope when I play Secret Hitler? Some of them don't! That's the annoying thing, some of them don't. Thankfully, most people understand the social contract going into Secret Hitler, that it's a game about deception. And it's a game about lying and, you know, shouting at each other, so they understand that. But apparently they don't understand that when I'm playing other games with friends, so you don't get that anymore. I didn't want to read that this morning. I was feeling really good when I woke up, and you guys made me feel like a piece of shit. And I don't say you guys as everybody, I mean the guys that posted in that thread. So fuck the people that posted there, and fuck you if you think that way. I know a few people are obviously autistic, and that's probably why they act that way, because they have no... I know a few people know this, but I actually know quite a lot about autism. And some people are going to misquote that on 4chan. It's like, ha ha ha! Yeah, okay, 4chan. You can have that one. There you go, that's a freebie. I worked with a lot of kids with autism when I was quite a lot younger. I used to be one of the guys that would volunteer and help out on trips. So school trips and actually church trips for a while. And I was dealing with some autistic kids there. And what you learn from dealing with autistic kids is that anyone that has autism, particularly like Asperger's syndrome, things like that, they don't understand social cues. So you deal with people that don't understand sarcasm, so they'll take everything literally, and they also don't understand when people have a relationship with each other, which often involves banter or actually being rude to each other. Because those two people understand that the rudeness isn't meant in spite. It's for fun. Like... people wouldn't understand when me and Jen have our arguments, you know, not real arguments, our, like, bantering arguments, because they think we're actually, like, mad with each other. I've had friends on YouTube and streamers that have had their girlfriends fucking messaged and told, you know, it's okay if you want to talk about your abuse. It's okay if you want to call the police on your boyfriend. What they don't understand is that the relationship those people have on stream is about banter. Like, they understand each other, and the viewers don't, and that's because the viewers, they think they're your friends. Like, some of them do anyway. Again, I'm not talking about everybody here. Please don't misunderstand. This is the vocal minority. They don't understand. You're not my friend, and you never will be, most likely. You know, and that's the way it should stay. So you don't understand my relationship, you know. So yeah, that's how it works. And obviously, like, those that have autism and Asperger's, I get it. That sucks, and I have a lot of sympathy for you, because again, I've worked with a lot of kids that have autism and Asperger's, but that's not an excuse for the way that you're acting. Like, that's the most important thing that we were told to drill in to those people. Basically, when they did something that was disrupting the group, we had to take them aside and say, look, like, we understand this is coming from your condition, this is coming because of the disability that you have, but that's still not acceptable, and you've got to teach them that, you know, and that's how you help them become better functioning members of society. So... still, fuck you. Yeah, simple as that. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not going to stream Overwatch with my friends anymore, because people can't handle how I act. My friends can, but the viewers can't. So this is why we can't have nice things. Right, cool. Now that we are done, let's do some more shitty iOS gameplay. Except it's not shitty, it's fucking awesome. Alright, so I've customized my deck, I've upgraded my spearmen. I use these guys a lot, because they're really cheap spawns, and they actually you can spawn them at range, so positioning is really important in this game. You can get several spear shots off before melee get into range. They also have anti-air, and I actually have no other anti-air other than my towers, so I've gone with that. I've also upgraded my bomb tower because they're fucking amazing. So, yeah, and I've got a couple of spawn buildings here, so let me show you what everything does. The tombstone spawns skeletons periodically, and it has 1 minute lifetime, and then it disappears, because otherwise it would be overpowered, but when it explodes, it spawns 4 skeletons. So that's a bit different to this, which is the goblin hut, which spawns spear goblins, and obviously, because I have level 6 spear goblins, they're pretty good. And this is the barbarian hut. This spawns 2 barbarians at once. These are level 4 melee guys. It's a very expensive building, but it's really powerful. So outside of that, I have static defense. I might replace the cannon. I think the cannon might not be very good, mostly because it doesn't attack flying units and it doesn't have AoE. So I'm not hugely keen on the cannon. I might swap that out. Maybe if I go to level 5, it might suck less, but the problem is, like, it doesn't have enough HP and it gets targeted down really fast, and its range is actually a little bit low. I think it can actually be outranged by archers, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it outranges spear goblins, but I'm pretty sure archers and musketeers outrange it. So the bomb tower is great. The giant, it's a siege unit, so this completely ignores units and goes right for the buildings. It's really slow, it's got a lot of HP, but the amount of damage it does to buildings is insane. Basically, if you can get an opponent to commit on one lane of the map and then send a giant down the other while it has no elixir, you can do huge damage. So that's good. And last but by no means least, the Prince. I like this guy because he is an absolute machine on the ground. He's great for taking down high-value targets, and if you place him a distance away from them and he gets a run-up, he gets speed, which means that you get double damage on first strike. So it's really good for taking out key units and that kind of thing. Cool, yeah, so there you go. That's my battle deck, and these are the cards that I've got. So there's a bunch of spells here. I actually don't have a spell in the deck. You know, I'm going to take the cannon out and replace it with arrows again. And I'm actually going to upgrade the arrows to level 6 first. I wish you could buy these en masse. Because, like, I need to get this to level 50. This could be easier. The game actually hasn't launched yet, by the way, outside of certain countries. So if you're in Canada or New Zealand or some of the soft launch countries, you can play this. I got a review copy from a friend at Twitch, and I am fucking loving it. I'm not going to review it on the channel, though, because, like I said, well, one, I don't do reviews, and two, I don't look at iOS games on the channel. If it comes to PC, I will, because I think this would work just fine on PC. It works really well with the touch interface, though. But yeah, I'm streaming my my iPad to my computer via AirPlay and a program called Reflector. And thankfully, I'm in the same room as my wireless router, and I'm running on 5 GHz band, which means the actual latency is basically 0. Cool, so I've got now level 6 hours. These are a castable spell. They have a travel time, so you've got to aim them quite carefully, but they just murder almost everything that's in it. So yeah, I think we're pretty... I was relying mostly on my bomb towers, but the problem with this is that there are some abilities like the Goblin Barrel, which I think I have, which fires goblins across the map, so it can actually bypass static defense. So you want to watch out for that. Cool. All right, we're going to roll with that. So what I've also noticed is even on the soft launch, it's almost instant gameplay. This isn't even like Clash of Clans. It's nothing like Clash of Clans, and that's awesome. It uses the Clash of Clans assets, but that doesn't mean it's anything like Clash of Clans. As I said, it's a mixture of Dota, Tower Defense, and Hearthstone for the most part. You see, what I was talking about there, that is that's the Goblin Barrel, and there's the arrows. The arrows are great for countering the Army of the Dead, and it's actually value, because Army of the Dead is, like, way more mana than that. So, I've got a good pressure going on here. He's spawning from this side, so what I might do... Ah, shit, that's a dragon. I might send a giant up the other side. He just spent a ton of money on a dragon, and that dragon's going to get delayed by my spear throwers. So what I can do is I can send a giant up the other side and hope he can't respond to it properly. He dropped a bunch of berserkers on it, which is definitely going to do damage. Actually, that did a lot of damage. Those are really strong. Okay, to deal with that, I'm going to put a bomb tower on this side, because they're going to come from there, and hopefully that means the bomb tower will kill them before they reach the... As it turns out, they don't. I'm going to get it, but only just. He just threw a bunch... That was actually kind of a mistake from him. He spent a lot to engage in that. You know, the Hearthstone concepts of value are very much in play here. You know, because if you use the too expensive unit to trade inefficiently, then you actually end up losing. Because you always have the same amount of elixir as your opponent does. Oh, shit. I need AoE now. AoE now, please. There we go. Arrows get that, and some of those level 6 skeletons as well, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna put those behind there so they can't reach him. Positioning is also very important in this game, as you probably noticed. So putting the pressure on right here. I might send a prince up in that direction. He's just spawned a dragon, so I'm going to send a prince this time, because obviously what he's using for his defensive unit is a barbarian. Princes should deal with barbarians pretty well. This dragon's going to do some damage, but it should be okay. It shouldn't do enough damage to really matter. There we go, so the prince gets the charge, and now he actually is going... We might trade towers here. If I put a bomb tower behind this, though, we might get away with it, assuming it spawns quickly enough. There we go. Cool. So now I can spawn on his side. So I took a tower, and he's not going to take this one. And now we've got 60 seconds left, which means spawn buildings on his side of the fucking map. All right, we're going to need arrows here. We actually have a bomb tower. Maybe we didn't, but that's going to soften them up for the bomb tower, so that's okay. He blew that up. We're going to put a... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm glad I have a bomb tower here, because otherwise I would literally have died already. Thankfully, that's not the case. Spawning a giant on this side right now. He's sending goblins over in this direction. The bomb tower should be able to handle that, but it won't be able to handle the dragon. So the dragon's going to go down. We're going to spawn on this side. This giant might win us the game, assuming that we can hold out right now. Let's put a bomb tower at the back, so these guys are going to path through it. There we go. Okay, they were able to take the giant out. I'm going to send a knight to charge and kill the rest of them. There we go. That's most of the skeletons down. We have a good spawn there, too. We've got some dragons. I don't like that. I actually spawned those directly under the dragon, which was a huge mistake. Fuck. What do I need? Berserkers this side. Oh, alright. AoE those. There we go. It's now sudden death, so the first thing to go down... We might have this, actually. We might have this because of the spawns this side. Oh, he rocketed it. Will we get it? Let's put another spawn this side. The bomb tower should be able to hold this. This is really fucking tense. All right, let's try and take the dragon down. Go on, berserkers. Go, go. All right, one more prince might do it. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Giant. I think the giant's going to pass through them in time. And especially if we arrow them. Bomb tower's just gone down. So we're having some problems here. We might... Go on. Go on. We just need a couple of hits. We just need a couple of hits. Let's get a bomb tower this side to do them. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. Here we go. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. Oh, shit. Oh, didn't quite get it. All right. Charge. Go, go, go. One prince shot. One prince. Rocket. That's direct damage. Go, prince. Prince. No. Shh. Now spawn a giant. Go. I don't think it's going to get there in time. If I hit that with rockets, is that going to do the... arrows are not going to finish it off. 2, 1, fuck! Draw. So close. If I'd used a second volley of arrows, that would have killed his king, and I would have won. The problem with the build that I'm using at the minute is I don't have any direct damage spell that does a lot of damage to buildings. The rocket that he used, by the way, is something really good for knocking the last few HP off buildings and taking them down. So, yeah. Purple Rain, I'm really sorry to hear that, man. I mean, I have no words. That's... I don't know what I can say. But I'll just say it gets better. Yeah, I've dealt with suicide in my life. It gets better over time. You know, that's not going to help you right now, but time does heal all wounds eventually. It leaves a scar, though. You'll never get rid of that, but maybe that's for the best. Maybe the scars are what help us remember the good times. Alright, more battle. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's really, really tense and quick, and I love that. I love it as a result. It's perfect for touch, too. I'm playing on an iPad Pro, which obviously helps quite a bit. Alright, they're doing a goblin spawn on this side, which I'm going to be able to fuck over by having a barbarian spawn, because barbarians are actually not as good as I thought they were. Okay, I thought the barbarians were way better, but it's probably because they have a higher level. Alright, bomb tower this side for the AoE as they try and beat that up. That should give me an efficient trade, hopefully, against the barbarians. And I silly hope that I'm right there. Let's get skeleton spawning this side. Good, yeah. That gave me an efficient trade. That bomb tower was worthwhile. We used about 7-8 elixirs worth of units, and my bomb tower, while still alive, cost 5 to spawn. So, that's pretty good. Alright, so this is the pressure side right now. So, you know, a common tactic in this game is to put so much pressure on one side, the opponent overreacts, and then hit the other. It's very similar to the way Dota works with lanes in that regard. So I'm going to put a giant. And that was a giant mistake. As at exactly that time, he spawned super heavy pressure units. So, that's actually really, really bad for me. That's really bad. I'm probably going to lose a tower. The best thing I can do here is spawn a prince to take his high-value unit down, but the problem is it's not going to work. Yeah, I fucked that up completely. I've probably lost now as a result of that decision. You can do little emotes, so I'm going to do a little cry emote there. Yeah, I'm going to let him have that. I'll let him have it, because I can't win from here. Yeah, basically the timing was completely off there. If I'd waited just a fraction of a second longer before that spawn, I would have known that he was going to spawn a really heavy push that side, and I would not have spawned a giant. Because I spawned a giant, I'd ended up with enough elixir to properly respond to what he did, so I was fucked. As we've mentioned, the game is not pay to win. If you buy cards, you're matched up against people with equivalent power, so it doesn't matter if you've bought cards or not, really. You are still going to end up against people that are as strong as you. Basically, they're employing the model of pay for patience, which is they exploit your impatience when it comes to opening chests by having a timer on them. and you can pay a small amount of currency to eliminate the timer and open immediately. So that's how they monetize, which is actually quite clever, I think. The new Star Trek iOS game is garbage. Don't even bother. It is a waste of your fucking time. Ouch, that was painful. Okay, we got a big push going on here. Let's try and capitalize on it with a giant. Let's see how he responds to that and see if I can respond to it. I think he actually wasted a bunch of elixir on that rocket, so I think we're okay here. Looks like we might take a tower for this. Alright, he's going to pressure this side. Okay, I will respond with my own prince. My prince is higher level than his. So, and I also should get the charge bonus on him, so he made a big mistake on momentum there. He got desperate. Alright, I'm going to put bomb tower in the middle, so anything he spawns on his side is immediately going to get AoE'd. And now I'm going to provide support for my giant with by spear goblin spam. I think we've got this. Yeah, he can't respond to both sides, so I think we have this. Being able to spawn on the other side of the map really gives you that momentum swing. Right now, this is iOS exclusive. I expect it's going to come to Android, but it's currently a soft launch, which means it's not available in all countries. It should be available in March, worldwide. Currently, if you're in New Zealand or Canada, or you're willing to create an iOS account for New Zealand or Canada, then you can play it. But bear in mind, you can't buy premium currency unless you buy... why did I fire arrows at that? I don't know, but we won anyway, so it's good. If you want to buy premium currency and you're using the iOS change region trick, you have to buy like a gift card for that region, because otherwise you can't get it. So upgrading doesn't take time in this game, it takes numbers of cards. As far as I know, I think, I may be wrong here, I think the chests have about the same amount of time to unlock per... basically on a tier basis. So the silver chests take the least time to unlock. Upgrading requires numbers of cards. So obviously once like you hit level 6, it's going to take 100 copies of the card to upgrade it, etc, etc. Yeah, there are, all the maps are identical except for appearance. So basically the one I'm in right now is based on my bracket. So I have 750 trophies. So, as you pass certain ranks in trophy, you go up to the next arena, and that arena has a unique drop rate. You can also do training if you want to test out builds. Do I have any achievements? Apparently not yet. That's my activity logging. Watch replays of people playing, by the way. Let's do that. Let's watch a high-level replay. Because, like, they actually have, literally, in Hong Kong, they have esports organizations playing this game. The card rate is pretty good, actually. We can watch replays. Let's commentate a replay. Alright, so this is between the rank 27 guy in the world versus the rank 49. So, layout-wise, they're rolling level 10... This guy's mostly goblin spam. So he's got level 10 minion horde, which is... That's like... He's basically gone for a... This is a zoo deck, for all intents and purposes. It's all about rush. But he has a hog rider, which I've never seen before. So it's apparently a fast melee troop that jumps over the river and targets buildings. That's really powerful. He has mirror, which mirrors your last card. So basically, this is a full-on goblin spam build, and then he has Prince for eliminating high-value targets. On the other side, it's a bit different. So he's fighting a guy that has a level 4 P.E.K.K.A, who is a giant melee robot. Really powerful, really slow. He's running Prince as well, although slightly lower level. He's running a mini P.E.K.K.A as well, so he's got really heavy ground melee for eliminating individual targets. That might be okay, but like he seems like he lacks AoE. His only AoE, unless this is AoE... Wizard is AoE, yeah, by the looks of it. Yeah, it seems like his fireball's probably AoE, yeah. So he has AoE with a wizard, and he has AoE with a baby dragon, which is a flying area of effect unit. And he's running level 10 archers, which is going to be really powerful against the minions. And he's also running a level 7 tombstone, so he's spawning level 9 skeletons. Alright, we're going to cast it. Here we go. Oh god, it went landscape. Fuck. How do I change that? Wait a minute. I actually put the option on for landscape view, which is not actually what we're doing right now. We're not set up to view that. Let me change that. Give me a second. Where the fuck is the settings menu of this stupid thing? They always do this with iOS games. They hide the settings. Okay, landscape view off. There we go. Cool. Alright, let's try again. Alright, so we're gonna cast this match. Here we go. This is a legendary arena. Hazen on the red side in the red trunks. Playing kind of heavy melee deck versus, in the blue trunks, Anakin from the Core clan. Neither of them spawning initially. Alright, so we start off with a P.E.K.K.A on his side. Really powerful, heavy melee unit. So the response from that is actually going to be to rush the other side of the map. Use the Hog Rider there to try and bust that down. Immediate response there from Hazen with a Dragon. The Dragon is just powerful enough to kill the minions, I think. But it looks like it's actually targeting the Hog Rider right now. So that's a really good start. We've got a bunch of minions now thrown down on Anakin's side of the map to try and deal with the P.E.K.K.A. The P.E.K.K.A is now dead, so looking at the status of the game, slight advantage in favor of Hazen. He's got a little bit more HP on his left crown tower. So now they're going to charge, most likely to full elixir, to do their next spawns. The question is, what's going to come out? Well, options-wise, Anakin has a Prince, which might be a good option here, but he's now going to deal with a Tombstone spawn on there, which is spawning skeletons to head down the right-hand side. They are getting insta-gibbed, but that's going to provide quite a lot of pressure to maybe follow up with a heavy unit, like a P.E.K.K.A, which is coming over the side right there. Interesting use of the arrows there to try and take out the Tombstone. He actually does kill it. Bear in mind that the buildings slowly reduce in health as the game goes on. So if you can take him down to almost 0, that's good enough. A double Prince spawn on the left-hand side. It's a huge amount of pressure. That will probably break the Crown Tower there. P.E.K.K.A spawns and is instantly obliterated. Looks like left Crown Tower from Hazen is going to go down, but traded for the right. Oops. Yeah, let's not have that spoiled there. Now pressure on the King's Tower here as well. P.E.K.K.A moving in on Anakin's tower, but most of the HP of Hazen's tower is now down. He's sending in a Hog Rider to try and finish that off. That's going to be game. GG. Yes, there it is. And Anakin with the win. Also, can we not call units P.E.K.K.A? Because P.E.K.K.A is a terrible name for anything. Why would you call them P.E.K.K.A? Fuck me. Alright, let's see what else we got. I want to see how these, like, high-level guys play. This guy's setup looks really fucking weird. I don't even know what half these cards are. Oh my god, so you can... The Elixir Collector produces extra Elixir, so that's a building. It costs 5 Elixir, but it increases your Elixir spawn rate. Alright, he's also running golems. So when it attacks buildings, when it dies, they split into 2 golems and deal AoE damage. That's actually really nice, because that actually counters the weakness of the giant. The giant can be mobbed by a lot of little units, but if you mob a golem like that, it'll take it down. I wonder what... so I wonder if giant's balanced with that then. Like, does giant just do more building damage? Probably, because I mean, this is a level 5 golem, so it's hard to really, like, do the balance. Anyway... So he's got the Prince. I mean, the Prince is just really, really good, as you've seen. Like, the Prince not only does exceptional damage to buildings, but it also is amazing at single target DPS on key enemies. So what we got? We also have level 5 Lightning, so that hits 3 targets with the most HP. It also hits buildings, so that's really good for taking out spawns. I hope this guy has no spawns. It looks like he does not. Bomber, level 10, really, really popular little troop. It's basically an AoE, really cheap AoE common. Level 10 arrows, and then Goblin Swarm. Outside of that, level 6 Golem, so slightly more powerful Golem at his size. He has level 11 Barbarians, so that's... Well, that's actually going to counter Goblins pretty well, right? So they have, what, 768 HP, and they do 128 DPS, versus Goblins that have 186 HP. How hard do they hit? That's one shot. So, Goblins are going to get fucked by Barbarians, because I think you spawn, what, 4 of them? And it spawns 3 goblins. I mean, barbarians are, of course, more expensive, but unless they get kited and killed by the spearmen. I don't know, though. I think they have enough HP. That would take a lot of hits from the spearmen. He has level 11 arrows, so he's slightly more powerful there. Level 9 musketeer. We haven't seen that before, so that's a really high-range air attack sniper. Also hits ground. Great for single target damage, and also for taking out big things like dragons. And you can also fire from outside of the range of most towers, so that's pretty good. Hog Rider, which we saw before, that's that siege unit. So he's got a bit of an edge there in terms of siege damage, I think. And then a level 11 Tesla coil. I've never seen that before. I don't know if that chains or not. Alright, cool. Let's go. So this is Smurf from Elite Nation versus Stormclouds from Ozforce. Ranked 45 and 39 respectively. Here we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have Stormclouds in the red trunks to the top of the field here. And his opponent, Smurf from Elite Nation, in the blue trunks, also down to the bottom. Okay, so initial spawn, we have actually lightning used immediately to try and take out the Elixir Collector, which has been spawned to the bottom there. You'll see now that Smurf actually has an advantage in terms of the amount of Elixir that he's gaining. Not a huge advantage, but an advantage nonetheless. There we see our first golem spawn on the right lane. And that's immediately countered by a Tesla coil. Oh, cool. So the Tesla coil only pops up when it's when it's firing. So basically, I assume you can't do damage to it. Tesla Coil goes down immediately, but the Golem has been shut down as a result. Musketeer spawned, which is going to take the Golemites out quite effectively. And he had to actually use arrows there to clear out that horde. So that's a good start for Smur, actually, because Smur now has a bit of a elixir advantage over his opponent. We've got a Prince spawn now on the left-hand side, and a response comes in the form of Barbarians, which will be able to take that Prince out. Barbarians are actually a really effective counter to that. Especially level 11 Barbarians. Those are really strong. They're going to get sniped off pretty easily here by the tower. In the meantime, we have the Hog Rider spawned, and another Elixir right in the front. That's actually a huge mistake right there, I think, by Smur. He's going to lose that Elixir Collector, most likely. One more swing. There it goes. And the Hog Rider gets good. Does the Hog Rider really get good value out of that, though? Because the Hog Rider's what? How much Elixir does that cost? That might have actually been good for Smur. I don't think he got an Elixir spawn off it, but that may have actually been good for him because it allowed his towers to do the DPS and not take any damage on his crowns. So you can argue that that was actually a good move. Buildings can be used to distract the AI, so that's like actually a key tactic, because losing a building is okay as long as you also kill the AI troop, and the building may have actually cost less elixir than the AI, so it's actually value. You know, it literally is direct value. Alright, what do we got? We've got a Golem heading down the right line here for Smur. It's going to be countered by a Musketeer, but I wonder how good that counter really is. Oh, Barbarian spawn as well. I wonder how good this AoE is. I guess we're about to find out. Lightning goes down, immediately eliminates the Musketeer. Smur snipes that off. Looks like that Tesla Tower is going to go down from the Golemite explosion. Hog Rider coming in immediately, and it gets immediately eliminated by a mass Goblin spawn of Spear Throwers here. And it's a spear battle over the right-hand side. New Tesla Coil coming up. Barbarian's going to take some fire as they go across the bridge, but they will be able to eliminate and take control of the right lane. And there's a Golem spawn on the left lane as well. Big pressure. And that might have been incorrect timing there on the Elixir, but looks pretty good, actually, right now for Smur. He was able to get the Elixir Tower up to the right-hand side, and he's able to get a bit of an Elixir advantage over his opponent without taking a huge amount of damage, but I think he might lose his left crown tower here. Another swing here from the Golem. There's the explosion spawn. The two Golemites are going to continue to do damage, and that is going to be one dead crown tower on the left-hand side. Smur is down one, and now his opponent can spawn on his side of the field. Golem spawn on the right-hand side against two Tesla Coils, and Smur is not happy about this state of events whatsoever. Can hardly blame him. A couple of Barbarians spawn to deal with that. They can actually endure the AoE of the exploding Golem, and now it's going to be timeout, and 1 crown versus 0 here, and the victory coming out for the red player. Well done. There we go. I am now casting an iOS game, because fuck you. Oh, yes. Alright. Would you like me to play more myself, or would you like me to cast these pro replays? Let me know. Let's, can we do a poll? Like, is a poll possible? I don't know if I have the functionality to do that. How do you do polls? Because I'd like to know what the viewers would like. I'll just make a straw poll and then link it to you. I thought you could just do it through BPTV, but apparently not. Let me just straw poll it. I'm gonna straw poll it because I'd like to know what you'd prefer me to do. Do you want me to? You want me to cast Clash Royale more or play Clash Royale more? Clash Royale more. Or spend a bunch of money unboxing shit, because that's probably actually what you want me to do. But I'll do that later anyway. I'll drop like another $50 on it or whatever and unbox some shit for you. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Poll is up. I'm linking it in the chat. Anyone can participate. I don't know if I've played enough of it to be a good caster yet, but what's interesting is that by casting the higher level replays, I start to understand the strategy a bit better. Yeah, new poll is currently available. Yeah, digital unboxing is the laziest shit in the universe. I don't want to be known for that, but it's a stream. Who gives a fuck? Why would it be a copyright problem? It's iOS. It's a game. I mean, it's even listed on the Twitch website. So no, it wouldn't be a copyright problem. It just happens to be that it's very rare that iOS games get streamed on Twitch. A lot of people are voting. It's currently quite close. It's 53% in favor of cast more Clash Royale, 47% to play more Clash Royale. It is really close. 54% now for cast Clash Royale. You know, I should be mildly insulted because I know that my gameplay is shit compared to the high levels, but I also understand why people would want to see, like, the game played at the highest level, because I actually think it's really exciting. For a fucking mobile game, this is really fucking fun. Like, surprisingly fun. Incidentally, we've almost got a mobile game to the front page of Twitch solo. I just want to point that out. Alright, one last look at the straw poll, and it is going to be... I'm going to let it get to 3,000 votes, and then I'm going to tell you who wins. Alright, it's currently in... No, it's still very, very close. It might be possible for... Is it possible mathematically for play to win now? It is no longer possible. Okay, so we're going to cast a little bit more, and then I'll play some more. I'm going to do both, of course. But... Alright, let's have a look at a high-level replay. So, what do we have here? We have Onion from Hong Kong, I assume. Again, the Chinese and the Taiwanese and the Hong Kong players are hugely fucking into this game. Versus Edward T. So, looking at their compositions, we've got Lightning, Baby Dragon, Goblin Spear Throws. We've got that Hog Rider again. I can see why people pick that. That's really fucking good. The Giant doesn't seem to be present at all in high level. Probably because it's too slow and easy to eliminate. Level 11 Cannon. I haven't seen that used yet. Let's see how good the Cannon is when it's leveled up. We also have both of these guys running Inferno Towers. Roasts targets for damage that increases over time. So this is a counter to high-level siege enemies, which is a little unfortunate for both of these guys because neither of them have one. I mean, they'll be okay. I think that's going to be the counter to the Hog Rider for the most part, but otherwise, do they hit air? Oh, they hit air. All right, so... These are actually really similar builds. The difference is that Edward T has slightly more ability to attack with a horde. I actually think Edward T has, on paper, the advantage here. Because Onion HK has a cannon which can't hit air. And he's running level 11 minion horde, which is a bunch of flying, spammy minions. So, while of course he'll be able to take them down, no problem, the cannon, I think it has really limited use here. It's also noted that we've got Mirror on Onion's side, so he can duplicate a card, which means he can, like, go double Hog Rider for an easy elimination. His opponent... Oh, actually, never mind. His opponent also took cannons. Yeah, that doesn't matter as much. I think his opponent has the edge because of the cannon, and Onion HK doesn't have an amazing counter to the Minion Horde. So, if I was to predict the winner here, I would say probably Edward T, but we're going to see how it plays out. Here we go. Alright, Edward T versus Onion from Hong Kong. Looks like they're both Asian players. Here we go. We've got Edward T in the red trunks to the top of the field versus his opponent to the bottom of the field, Onion HK from Clan Fabulous. I'm sorry, I can't read the Taiwanese or Chinese characters here. Alright, so who's going to make the first move? It's a good question. Alright, we're going to see a level 11 cannon go down right in the middle of the field, so that's going to deal with pretty much anything that goes off. Countered by a... I wouldn't say that's much of a counter. Fireball comes out, does damage to both buildings. Actually, nice spacing there from the use of the fireball. It was able to hit both buildings, which was really good. That's going to shorten the lifetime of the cannon. Initial engagement goes off there. So the cannon's been damaged. So far, so good, really. There's been... right now, Onion HK is slightly ahead, simply because he's done some damage to a crown building. There's that minion swarm coming into play. That's actually going to be a huge deal. That kills the cannon almost immediately. Countered by a Hog Rider and the Baby Dragon coming out here as well. I still think that was pretty good from the minion swarm. From what I can tell, anyway. Alright, we have the Baby Dragon spawned here, and off goes the Lightning to eliminate that, and Baby Dragon versus Baby Dragon, but more crown damage done again. So we have Onion HK ahead, but slightly behind in terms of Elixir. We've got a big spawn of Goblin Spearmen, backed up by the Baby Dragon. Goblin Spearmen for the counter here as well, but that's the only really good counter he has right now. So that's really, really bad. A lot of damage done with that push. Nice play there by Edward. Of course, Edward doesn't see what we see, that Onion HK didn't have a good counter in his hand for that particular push. So he took that suboptimally and took a lot of damage as a result. Okay, so next spawn coming in. Onion HK has the slight edge because he has a full spawn, and he can continue to generate Elixir as soon as he spawns something once he's on 10. Hog Rider coming in. Okay, cannon comes up immediately, and that gets shut down with minimal damage. Nice counter there by Edward T. The cannon coming in, and there's the fireball that had to be used on that minion swarm. That's a 5 elixir spell, so in order to save the cannon, he had to fireball the minion horde, which was not necessarily ideal. 60 seconds left on both sides at the moment. There's the Hog Rider spawn. We need to see a good counter to that. And the Heat Tower has been spawned there, but it does take that out quite nicely. There we go. So we see the Heat Tower is quite effective. Lightning spawn to eliminate that at the moment. Baby Dragon's still alive, but only just. It'll be taken down quite easily, most likely by the arrow firing off right there. Big spawn. There's the minion spawn right underneath. Oh, and a Hog Rider. It's a distraction, but up comes the Laser Tower, or whatever it is. What's that called? It doesn't tell me. I can't remember. The Inferno Tower. Lightning goes off to try and kill that. He's trying to eliminate the ability of that. Hog Rider's going to get a swing. No! Distracted by the cannon spawn just in the middle of the field there by Onion HK. Onion HK loses the cannon. The fireball goes off, and that's a crown. 20 seconds left for the equalizer here. Onion HK looking to get the push. Hog Rider across the map here. Edward counters again with the cannon spawn in a perfect position and drops a couple of spearmen on top of it to try and save the cannon. Doesn't quite save it, but there's a mirror and another spawn here for the Hog Rider and doesn't quite get the swing, but the lightning with the elimination. Big horde coming in right here. What's the counter? He's got a fireball. There's the fireball going off. He slightly misses the fireball. Doesn't get the last two minions with it. Hog Rider spawning on the right-hand side. Maybe not the greatest option right now to try and hammer that down, but he needs to put the pressure on regardless. We're now into overtime. 50 seconds and currently 1 crown apiece. Hog Rider spawn on the right-hand side. Big counter there from Edward T. Cannon in the middle once again to distract that and bring that away. No problem at all. I would have personally spawned an Inferno Tower, but then again, I am a terrible player, so don't really give it to me on that one. All right, here comes Baby Dragon. That should eliminate that. Inferno Tower spawned immediately. Try and deal with that. Lightning is thrown down, which does significant damage here. Fireball coming down on it. Will it be enough? No, 27 HP. He needs one more spell to kill that tower. 25 seconds remaining. He needs to throw out some abilities right now to be able to get that. Big spawn coming in right now. I don't think he has another spell in his deck for a little while, so he's not going to be able to get that. But minions are moving across the map, and he doesn't have a counter to it. There is a fireball coming out. No, he's going to save it. He's looking for a draw. Ah, the lightning takes it out at the last minute. There it is. Edward T with the win. 2 crowns to 1. Ouch. That was really close. Yeah, so what do we learn from that? Well, Hog Riders are very easily distracted by cannons. If you place the cannon in the center, then that means that 2 of your crown towers can also fire upon the Hog Rider, meaning the Hog Rider should, in theory, die before the cannon does and not do any damage to the buildings. Now, Hog Riders do cost quite a lot of elixir. They actually cost 4 to spawn. A cannon costs 3. So you can get value out of that if you spawn it correctly. So what that teaches me is that if I were to use a Hog Rider versus an opponent that had a high-level cannon and understood that positioning, then I would send a Hog Rider with some other units. Or I would send maybe some kind of sniper unit to try and kill the cannon before that. Or maybe I would send in the... Because the Hog Rider can jump the river, maybe what you do is you spawn your Goblin Spearman first, and just as they're about to get into cannon range, you spawn across the river the Hog Rider that immediately leaps the river. The cannon auto-targets the Goblin Spearman first, and the Hog Rider gets the kill. And then you get the trade. Alright, I'll cast a couple more, then I'm going to play some more. And maybe do some unboxing. Alright, what we got? We got Golden Man versus Hong Kong Esports again. Looks like there's actually quite a lot of guys in that clan. Again, I can't read this guy's name, but the player name is Austeri on the blue side versus that guy's Asian characters on the right side. Huh. Fairly reasonably diverse build. So we have an AoE, pretty decent AoE build from Austeri. So he's running a level 10 Bomber, which is a single unit that throws a bomb, which has huge AoE, and he's running level 10 arrows. His opponent is actually running level 8 Fireball. So the Fireball is a little trickier. Its radius is smaller than the arrows. It does a lot more crown tower damage, though. So basically, this is great for picking off buildings. It's excellent for killing installations. So I would expect... Actually, he might not, you know? So that's 627 damage. They both have level 8 elixir collectors, which they're probably going to put at the back. They're going to be quite hard to bring down. But I think that the advantage falls in favor of the guy from Hong Kong Esports because the elixir collectors, they're often tucked at the back, and the field is designed in such a specific way so that both a crown tower and a building that's placed at the back can be AoE'd with the same spell, which I think is efficient. Outside of that, both are running Minion Swarm. We've got a Barbarian Hut at level 8. That's really fucking strong. I think that Austeri on paper loses this. His opponent has 2 really strong spawn buildings and an elixir collector. So his actual ability to put on a sustained defense is going to be much, much higher than Austeri's. That said, Austeri does have the Bomber, which will help against swarms of enemies. The edge that Austeri has is that he has both Mirror and Prince. So he can spawn a double Prince on one side of the map and go for a snipe on a tower. The problem is that this guy's level 10 Barbarians, which kills Prince pretty easily, and also has a minion horde flyers. And the anti-air is other minions and arrows. Arrows do reasonably well against minions. You see they have 209 HP each. Arrows hit for 267. Although minions do move relatively quickly. I think on paper, though, unless Osteri pulls off a really great snipe and catches his opponent off position and off momentum, I think that the man from Hong Kong Esports is going to win this. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the arena once again. We have a man from Hong Kong Esports whose name I can't pronounce in the red trunks to the top of the field versus Osteri from Golden Man in the bottom of the field. And the initial spawns, we've got Mirror coming up right here. And we're going to start with the Prince spawn on the right-hand side. We got an Elixir Collector up to the top. There's the double spawn. So this could be kind of painful, but the minion spawn was on point here. The thing is, look at the amount of damage already done to the Crown Tower. That's kind of snipeable there. So it was an interesting gambit, but it has left momentum on the side of the man from Hong Kong Esports. The response is a minion spawn, which should eliminate those barbarians very, very easily. But bear in mind, the Elixir Collector remains untouched at the top here. So Hong Kong Esports has a slight tempo advantage now. Minions are coming in. They're looking to try and take that out. Fireball takes it out before they touch. Okay, so now we wait probably for 10 Elixir for the next spawn here. And of course, the man from Hong Kong Esports is going to get 10 Elixir first. So is he going to go for spawn buildings? Yes, he does. Goes for a Goblin Spear Hut in the back. And he'll probably follow that one up with another Goblin Spear Hut, actually. He mirrored it. Interesting. That is a lot of goblins. Although, they are going to be taken out quite easily by the bomber. Really nice counter spawn here by Osteri. That is a nasty, nasty counter spawn. Lovely bomb. Bomb lob takes out the right Crown Tower. And that's currently 1 crown to 0 in favor of Osteri. The counterattack comes in, but it's not a brilliant counterattack. Not a lot of pressure here. Minion spawn comes up at the top. It looks like it's going to be a very offensive attack. I don't blame Osteri for doing this at all, because the spawn buildings at the back are a fucking nightmare, and he doesn't have a way to deal with them accurately. He's going to throw down arrows on them, which is inefficient, and a third spawn building goes down. Jesus Christ, that is a lot. We need a bomber right now, and he knows it. I think his next spawn is probably going to be a bomber as a result of that. Osteri looking for it. Can he get the bomber? Yes, he does. Bomber goes off. He waits just a little bit longer. Not long enough, though. But he couldn't have waited too much longer because his Crown Tower was going to go down anyway. So he spawned it pretty much when he needed to. Elixir Collector gets refreshed at the top, and we currently have 2 Goblin spawns on the right-hand side. Continue to apply pressure. But is it going to be enough pressure to take out this Crown Tower? It might be. We're now in the double Elixir phase. Things starting to get crazy. Barbarian spawn on the left-hand side, countered by a double Prince. Down goes the right tower. Currently 1 tower apiece for both sides. Double Prince easily cleaves through the Barbarian spawn. Big Fireball lands on top of it, but it looks like we're going to see some dead spawn buildings. That's really good here for Osteri, and the King Tower is going to deal with that quite nicely. Follows up with the arrows. Arrows don't do too well against Barbarians, though. We're going to see the Prince spawn. We have no double Prince available here, but a bomber comes up on the left side as well. Currently the spawns at the right are doing a little bit of damage to Osteri, but not enough to really worry. I think the momentum is in favor of Osteri as he continues to barrel down here. We're seeing a lot of spawn buildings being put at the back here. Will there be enough pressure? There goes the AoE, but the minions are still up right now. He doesn't have any heavy hitters, though. Osteri has no heavy hitters whatsoever. He's relying on little dudes, which is not that helpful, and as a result, he ends up losing his momentum. Arrows go down. Really great shot there by Osteri to eliminate the majority of the army, and it looks like we're going to go into sudden death. Prince spawn on the left-hand side, countered here by the Barbarian Hut, and 3 level 8 spear throwers, which is freaking ridiculous. What the shit? Spear throwers down, minions taken out, and also take out a couple of goblins here as well. Elixir Tower gets sniped off by that remaining goblin spearman, but advantage, I think, in favor. Oh, but nice arrows coming in here, and Hong Kong Esports loses a building, but he still has 2 up here. Barbarians just rampaging right now over Osteri's field, going for the King Tower. Will they be able to get it? Minion spawn on the left-hand side. The DPS is maybe a little bit too high. It's not quite enough. Fireball follow-up. 1 more. He needs 1 more. Can he draw another fireball in the next 30 seconds? He's getting Mirror next, but that's not going to help him too much. He needs another fireball. Absolutely needs another fireball, because that will win him the game immediately. He's got 15 seconds to get it, but if he loses this Crown Tower in the process, it won't matter. Remember, it's sudden death. First Crown wins it. Fireball's coming up next. He just casts 1 more. It's too late! Osteri gets it. Too late. Doesn't quite get the fireball. Hong Kong Esports was 2 seconds off winning that game. 2 seconds. He'd drawn his fireball. He was about ready to cast it. There was about 2 seconds of flight time, so maybe a 4 seconds off victory. That was the difference. 4 seconds between those 2 guys. There we go. Ouch. Crazy. That was intense. What did we learn? Spawn buildings are really fucking strong. Oh, yeah. And also having the Elixir Tower when your opponent does not is a big advantage, but Asteri pulled it out. He just managed to pick it off. The Bomber was the MVP in that game. You saw a lot of spear throws, a lot of barbarians go down really quick to that Bomber, and what surprised me is the Bomber's range. I didn't know the Bomber has a range of 5, so he actually does, like, a decent amount of damage. 233 to buildings is actually really good. So, the Bomber's a lot better than I thought he would be. I should probably start using Bomber in my builds. Alright, I'm gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna unbox, and then I'm gonna play some stuff, if you don't mind. Currently, this is limited iOS, and yes, this is mobile esports, essentially, for all intents and purposes. The main problem with it, of course, is that, like, the card leveling and shit means that it would be hard to have an even fight. Basically, you would, if you wanted to play this in a real esports environment, you need to give everyone access to everybody's, all the cards at maximum level. Because if you don't have that, then you're quite literally giving an advantage to another player. It would be like having a League of Legends match where not everybody has all the runes, you know? So that's the problem with it from an esports perspective. It's okay online, because that doesn't really matter through the matchmaking, but in an actual tournament, you need to give everybody all the max level cards. It is coming to Android. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I actually did not analyze the build at all here, so we're going into this one completely blind. We've got again in the red trunks from clan H2O up to the top of the field versus his opponent, who's already going super aggressive right now, and he takes out that building quite easily, but the Hog Rider is going to get eliminated. The nice thing about the tombs is that even if they go down, they spawn 4 skeletons, which causes a problem for your opponent, but they're sniped off before they reach the crown tower, so we've got a little bit of a lull in the game. All right, Prince spawn backed up by Goblin Spear Throwers here. It's going to be countered by a tower. That was a decent choice, but the nice thing about spawning the goblins is that killed the tower a lot faster than you would have expected it to. But they were mostly eliminated, and the tower spawn was good too. Hog Rider spawned right at the front here. Very aggressive play here by, again, down come the minions, so that's going to go down quite easily. But it did some crown damage, so we're seeing a slight edge here for again, who's got a bit of an elixir advantage here. Lovely decision on the baby dragon there, but unfortunately, oh, that shot goes off just in the nick of time. That was actually a nice counter. You'd think the baby dragon wouldn't be a counter to the minions and that kind of thing, but that's actually not true. They are. And he's not happy about it one little bit. Okay, we've got a tomb spawn in the center here, so that's going to start to apply pressure to the left lane. So you're seeing the creep spawn and constantly cause a little bit of a problem. So it's unlikely that, you know, Gaibu doesn't really want to spawn on the left lane unless it's absolutely ready to do so. They're both on maximum elixir now. He's trying to decide what to do here. 1 minute 30 on the clock. Very, very equal. Oh, it's going to be a double pressure spawn here from the red player. So we're seeing a lot of skeletons coming in, and they're eventually going to get picked off. We see spear throws backing the skeletons up. There's actually a spear throw level advantage here for, again. But in the meantime, a wizard. We see a wizard for the first time. Fireball eliminated immediately, though. Oh, beautiful arrow shot. That's some decent damage done to the crown tower. Left crown tower of again here. There's the Hog Rider spawn. It's going to get maybe 2 swings in. It gets 2 swings, and that swings the HP back in the favor of, again, Baby Dragon spawn right on top, which is absolutely lovely here. Now we're in double elixir. Now things get a little bit crazy. We've got 2 more to the red hand side here, or the red side of the field. Baby Dragon's still alive, backed up by several Goblin Spearmen and a few skeletons coming in as well. Fireball comes in. He wants to try and take out that wizard. He eliminates the wizard and does damage to the tower, and he's not happy about that. Not a little bit. Gaibu is very, very upset. You can hardly blame him. Good minion spawn right on top of the Hog Rider. Gets no swings. Really important. Gets no swings. However, they have now been eliminated. Looks like we're going to get a Prince all the way through. First time we see the Prince out here for Gaibu, which does take out that building, and he doesn't quite get the swing on the second tombstone, which is unfortunate. Second one eliminated there by the Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon pressure and a Hog Rider. That looks like it's going to be a dead tower. That is going to be a dead tower here for Gaibu. Gaibu's going to lose it. There's the Fireball follow-up, and that's it. And that looks like it's going to be a win here for, again, he's got 5 seconds left. Will the minions of the Hog Rider be able to put the pressure in? Great tombstone drop, absolutely clutch there from, again, he distracts the Hog Rider, and that is the win there for the red team. Well done, or red player. I keep forgetting their names, I apologize. Again, there we go. Again wins 1 crown to 0. Nice little momentum swing there, really, really good from, again, and that was enough to punch that left tower down. That was it. Alright, yeah. You could really easily rebuild this as a StarCraft 2 map. In fact, there's actually some quite similar games to that already. What's that card game? There's a card game which is very similar to this. That's already a free mod for StarCraft 2. So yes, you can. It's a bit slower than this. The thing I like about this is the pacing. It's really fast-paced, And the matches last about, like, 3 minutes at most. So, that's really cool. But yeah, I mean, it's not a new genre. This has been done before. It's just that these guys seem to have done it better. It's not called Poker Defense. What is the name of it? Damn. I said, there's a StarCraft mod that is quite similar to this, where you spawn units and stuff like that. I just don't quite know what it is. It's not Lottery Defense either. There's something else. I played it a long time ago, but I can't quite remember. Alright, cool. Unboxing. Yes? You want to do unboxing? We can unbox. I'll spend money for you guys. I don't mind. I'm trying to think. Does this show me... I'm pretty sure it doesn't show my payment details, but I'm going to block it off just in case. It's not... It's kind of like Nexus Wars. Like, I wouldn't say it's quite like Nexus Wars, though. Like, being able to pick the position in which the units spawn is hugely important. And you can't really do that. Plus, Nexus Wars is about building buildings that constantly spawn stuff. This is not. Alright, I'm gonna spend money for you lot. I'm gonna buy $50 of gems. I'm just blocking this off just to make sure. Yeah, it shows my email address. So it's like, I'd like not to show you that. Oh, yeah. There we go. Cool. So that's $50 worth of gems. If you wonder what $50 worth of gems gets you, quite a lot, actually. Quite a lot. This is a tax write-off. At least I hope so. Don't have to explain that to my accountant. Yeah, so $50 of gems is 6,500 gems. Which would be... Let's do basic mathematics. Aren't we amazing? 6,500. Oops. Don't use the numpad, because that's dumb. Because that activates my overlays. 6,500 divided by 400. So if I were to buy only... That would get you 16 magical chests. Times by 41. That gets you 650 cards. Which is a lot of cards. But obviously, like, you use duplicates to upgrade. If you were to buy golden chests only, you would be 6,500 divided by 80, which is 81 golden chests. And golden chests are 14 cards with 1 guaranteed rare and 108 gold. And if you were to buy only silver chests, which is not the worst idea ever, I actually need to calculate value on this. If you buy, so 6,500 divided by 30 is 216 silver chests. So card-wise, so 216 times by 4 is, so that buys you 864 cards, but it only gets you, actually I have the giant skeleton, I can show it to you. It's just I need to upgrade it a bit. So that's 864 cards, but there's no guarantee of a rare, epic, or legendary in a silver chest, if you buy silver chests only. So, if you buy golden chests, you're guaranteed at least 1 rare per box. But that's... divided by 80. So that's 81 chests, and they give you 14 cards. So that gives you 1,137 cards with guaranteed rares. So golden chests are better value. And I assume magical chests maybe are the same as that. So magical chests, 6,500... divided by 400 times by 41. 16. So it's 16 chests times by 41. Ha! Okay, so magical chests are... You get as many cards as... You actually get the least cards in a magical chest. But you get 8 guaranteed rares and 1 epic guaranteed. So basically, gold chest is best value if you're looking for raw cards. Although you should also bear in mind, yeah, even in terms of gold value, because you can get 5 gold chests almost for the cost of 1 magical chest, and a gold chest gives you on average about 100 gold, whereas a magic chest gives you on average about 300 gold. So, if you get magical chests, you are guaranteed more rares and more epics. So, let's do calculations on that. So you're guaranteed 1 rare per. This is actually really easy now. So, If you did 6,500 divided by 80, so that's 81 chests. So that's 81 rares guaranteed if you get golden chests. Bear in mind, you can still get epics and legendaries in this. You just not guaranteed them. Versus magic chests, which is you can get 16 magic chests, but you're guaranteed 8 rares. That's 128. Yeah. So, if you're after the high-end shit, magical chests are clearly the way to go. If you don't care so much about that, then you go for golden chests. Because they will get you more cards on average. So, if you're looking to just get, like, common, and a lot of commons for upgrading, golden chests is clearly the correct value. Silver chests are the worst value out of all of them. Bear in mind, though, silver chests you do get for free every time you win, and they only take 3 hours to unlock each. So, they all have their role, but if you're looking for just raw cards, then golden chest is best value. Let's open boxes, and then I'll play some. I'm gonna open a few magic chests. How many do you want to open? They're what, 400 each? Let's open 10 magic chests. Because fuck it. I don't know what the drop rate is. Nobody knows. This game is only soft launched. So there's no data on it yet, I don't think. Although I might be wrong. If you can Google it and find out, I'll tell you. Alright, so we've got 300 gold. Archers. Goblins. That's good. I use goblins. 7 for arrows. 16 for bomber. We saw how good bomber was. We might want to roll with that. Upgrade for tombstone. Upgrade for musketeer. I have a lot of musketeer upgrades. Upgrade for lightning. Okay, alright. Not a great box, but not awful. Yeah, you win a chest every time you win a game, and then you can unlock one at a time. It takes 3 hours to unlock them. That's how they get you, basically. You can easily play this game for free, but that's how they get you. They exploit your patience. More archers, we don't care about them. Goblin spearmen, we do care about them. More bomber! Holy fuck, we're rolling with bomber next time. More for bomb tower. Musketeer upgrades. Tombstone oh, that's a lot of tombstone upgrades. And double lightning upgrade, lovely. I might actually take that now. Because I actually have it at a decent enough level, I think, to roll with it. Skeletons, don't really care about them. Knight, don't really use him. Goblins, okay. Good. Oh, we just got goblins upgraded. That's nice. Musketeer, upgrade for bomb tower, like that. Although, I think bomb tower, like, considering I have a high-level bomber, I think bomb tower is not really that relevant now. Tombstone upgrade. Skeleton army. What is skeleton army? I mean, oh, that's the big, crazy skeleton, isn't it? Lots of them. Yeah, I do have it level 2, actually. Yeah, an army of skeletons. Yeah, you get 20 skeletons from Skeleton Army. That's really good for killing giants and shit. I might roll that, because giants in the lower level meta are very common, and Skeleton Army is a perfect counter. Magical chest. More goblins. Arrows. Minions. Good. I use minions quite a lot. I think did I hit upgrade with that? I almost did. Upgrade for Goblin Hut. Upgrade for Giant. Hey, hey. I use him a lot. Upgrade for Giant Skeleton. I know you guys want to see Giant Skeleton. I'll show you him. I actually do have him. Gold. Upgrade for Archers. Knight, we don't care about you. 20 cards for Minions. Upgrade for Goblin Hut. 3 upgrades for Fireball. Upgrade for Giant again. And an upgrade for the Skeleton Air Balloon. Alright, cool. Knights, arrows, skeletons, minions. We like that. Upgrade for bomb tower. Good. Yeah, we're gonna have to roll musketeer. Yay, giant skeleton. We can actually afford to get giant skeleton level 3. There we go. I'll spend the gold to get him to level 3. Sick. All right, I'll show. I can roll with giant skeleton now. He has a hat. It's wonderful. Let me show you my skeletons. Goblins, arrows. Mini P.E.K.K.A. again. Another tombstone upgrade. And a balloon upgrade. Cool. Alright, I'll buy... I can't remember how many of these I've bought now. Skeletons. Knight. Minions. A lot of minions. Goblin Hut. Bomb Tower. Upgrade. Fireball upgrade again. Giant Skeleton. Woo. Alright. 2 more, and then I'll play. Skeletons. Knights. Spear Goblins. More Goblins. Valkyrie. 5 tombstone. Giant skeleton. 1 more. We're doing the giant skeleton thing. We're going to make a build with it. That would be a really heavy AoE build. Lots of skeleton upgrade. Giant upgrade. That's good. Tombstone upgrade. We like that too. Witch upgrade. I think we're going to go with a skeleton army build here. 1 more. I think I've overspent, but hey. Because we're getting a lot of skeleton upgrades here. We can go with a full skeleton army, I think, and actually win with it. Alright, cool. Let's build a deck. Alright, so we now need to use our cash to upgrade things. This is where things start to get a bit pricey. I may have to buy some gold here, because I might not have enough. So as our siege unit, we're not going to use the giant, we're going to use the giant skeleton instead. 1,000 gold to upgrade that. Yeah, I'll probably just buy some gold. I mean, I could just get this gold from opening a few boxes, but for the expediency, considering we are streaming, it makes sense for me not to do that. Thankfully, the common cards are really cheap to upgrade. And that's going to be the backbone of your army anyway. And they upgrade a lot faster too. It's much slower to upgrade the other ones. Alright, buying gold! Thank you, China. There we go. It's either that, or I can wait and open more boxes, which is not great stream viewing. We got a lot of upgrades on the skeletons, so... Take the skeletons up to level 6. There we go. So, let's put them in. Alright, so we're going to replace our spear goblins with skeletons. We're going to replace our giant with a giant skeleton, although my giant is like level 4, and it should be alright. Giant skeleton. We want the bombardier in there, of course, I might replace my prince with something at this point, probably with the witch, actually. Upgrade the witch. There we go. Witches spawn skeletons, if you hadn't already realized. That's why I'm including them. Yay! I level up, which gives my tower slightly more HP. So we're swapping out that guy with the witch. The bomb tower actually has a skeleton in it, so I think that counts. I'm a bit concerned about our lack of, like, I don't know, we're reliant mostly on the witch for anti-air, I think. I might include the musketeer for that. Yeah, because I don't have enough skeletons, I don't think, to fill the whole thing up. Actually, we've got skeleton army. That's going to be a huge amount of rush potential. Holy fuck. So we'll keep a spell. I'm thinking... We don't need AoE, so what we need is tower damage. So we need Fireball. So we're going to replace arrows with Fireball. And I think that's the skeleton army, with the exception of... Oh, Bomber's not in! God, I almost missed Bomber. Fuck. This is a Zerg build. This is a gimmick, is what this is. There we go. I have fuck all anti-air. I'm basically reliant on Fireball and Witches for anti-air, but the amount of shit I can put on the ground... I have ridiculous AoE with Bomb Tower, Bombardier, and the Giant Skeleton. We're doing it. Alright, here we go. Full skeleton army. Let's go. That's Pocket TB versus DX Assassin. Alright, let's start off with fucking skeletons! And he's not countering it for some reason. Okay. He spawned a giant. Alright. Here, have a giant skeleton. Yeah, the giant was actually a good counter, because I actually should have saved my skeleton army for that, but it's okay. I think we can actually come out ahead on this. Because the giant skeleton spawns a bomb and does that! That's the cool thing about the giant skeleton when it dies. Alright, cool. Let's see what he comes up with next. Alright, Bombardier back up for this. Should do the job. Yeah, he just spawned a bunch of little minions. He's fucked. Bang! Thank you. Bang! That's what we like to see. Skeleton army! That didn't kill the witch. That's really bad. Oh, fuck. Okay. We have a fireball. Giant skeleton. Yeah, that giant is... Basically, I should not be spawning skeleton army when I know my opponent has giants. I'm still actually ahead, if you can believe that. Off goes the bomb. Why will the witch not fucking die? Thankfully. Oh my god, it's dead. Thank fuck. Ow. Alright, well that's fine. Alright, we're gonna send a witch of our own. And our witch is better. In the meantime, have some motherfucking skeletons. Pressure, pressure, pressure. That's a musketeer. Bombardier backup. Musketeer's gonna kill a witch. Go Bombardier! Decent damage. Alright. We're gonna... I'm gonna save my skeleton army, because I know he has a giant. So here, have a giant skeleton. Giant skeletons do actually fight units on the ground, so this is very effective. I should have spawned it slightly back, because then I would have... my towers would have hit that. So... That was actually an error from me. A tactical error. Giant. Skeleton army on top of him. There we go. And AoE to the side of the bomb tower. There we go. Shit. Skeletons. And a witch at the back. Bombardier didn't get the job done. We're going to lose the tower. This is bad! This is actually really fucking bad. This witch. Why is his witch better than my witch? Bombardier at the side. Skeletons on the top. Oh my god, kill it! Giant skeleton, go. I don't know why his witches live and mine always get fucking destroyed. But it's really annoying, and I lost the game as a result, so... I can't fucking touch his, I should have just fireballed it. How tough is a witch? Like, what's her HP? Can you fireball a witch? 605. Should I roll lightning instead? Lightning would kill it. I don't know, my fireball is, like, high level, so maybe I just... Actually, it's not that high. Let's... I think we roll lightning instead. Because that would kill a witch outright. The main problem is, of course, if the next guy doesn't roll a witch, then that's not that helpful. Alright. So I need to figure out what he's got first. So I'm gonna let my because all the experts seem to let it go to 10s. Have a giant skeleton. That should counter that really easily. And a witch to back the skeleton up. So we have more spawns. So basically, I'm doing the giant strat here, but I'm doing it with these guys. Bombardier at the back. Oh, we dropped lightning right on top of everything. Okay, and we reset. I would like to see what his elixir is at. I would like to know that. So I've got to calculate it based on what I know the costs are. Giant, okay. That's fine. We're going to put up a tombstone at the back to start spawning skeletons, then I'm going to drop skeleton army right on top of it. In the meantime, because we can afford it, slight skeleton pressure on the left. Oh, that's really bad. I don't actually have a witch up, so that baby dragon fucks me completely. I need a witch right now. So my witch is now doing damage, which is good. Alright, we took a lot of tower damage there, so... We're not doing too well. I mean, we do have now a momentum advantage on the right lane, but... I think we absolutely need a giant skeleton on the left. We're going to do pressure on both sides. See if I can get him to make a mistake. Yeah, those barbarians will probably die to the bomb, I think. Are we gonna get the tower? Get it! Get it! Fuck. I could just lightning that thing. It didn't hit the dragon. Shit. I thought it would. I thought it was slightly on the edge. Spawn it off to the side, hopefully so it doesn't get AoE'd by the dragon. But we're gonna lose a tower here. Oh, we got arrowed. Nasty. Dragon, that should die before it gets anywhere. Lightning kills the witch. Counter spawn. That's mass AoE on this side. The bombardier is gonna fuck them really hard. That may have been the mistake that I needed from him. Assuming he doesn't have arrows to eliminate that, that may have been the error. I need lightning on top of that dragon. I'm going to put a defensive bomb tower down, and then I'm going to try and get momentum on the left side. It's going to be sudden death. Alright, cool. We just spawned Army of the Dead on top of that, so we're good. That's not good. I'm going to need a witch right now. Arrows come in. I need a witch to kill that fucking dragon. Right now. Ow. Asshole. Keep the pressure up. Giant skeleton on the left. Need my Army of the Dead back. Army of the Dead's up. This is distracting the giant, which is good, because he's going for that tombstone. Ow! Fuck your arrows. At least I know his arrows are not available now, so we can go... Yeah! There we go, we got it! We got it! We just got 10,000 views for a mobile game. I just want to point that out. Does that put us on the front page of Twitch? No, we're slightly behind World of Warcraft. You guys letting me down. Well, you guys aren't. Everyone else is. They're letting me down. I mean, I am literally the only streamer that's getting any views on this game, so, you know, it's understandable. It's understandable that we couldn't reach the front page alone. But WoW? Who the fuck watches WoW? Jesus. Alright. Apparently there's a developer in here. At Clash Royale? There we go. Oh, yeah. So, devs at Clash Royale. Apparently. He is in the chat. I say, this game is really, really fun. I got a gold chest. Nice. And I'm going to rush unlocking that because I am lazy. This system is evil. I just want to point this out. It's not unfair, but it's fucking evil. You know exactly what you're doing. Meh, Valkyrie. Mini P.E.K.K.A, though. Not too bad. Alright, let's do it again with our skeleton army build. Oh, the Legion Alpha's up? That's why. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, let's get 10. So, skeleton witch push probably on the left side. That'll give us enough elixir left to counter a giant, if need be, with the skeleton army. Oh, fuck. Actually, no, that's good for me. I've got a witch. I'll lose skeletons, but that's not really that important. That's a lot of shit you just threw at me. Here, have bombs! No problem. Easy. Giant skeleton push on the left. Oh, you used a fireball on that. Okay, I'm going to put a forward tombstone in then. Because he just spent a lot of money. He can't counter the giant skeleton. Because he used his Army of the Dead earlier. And even if he did, he'd lose his army anyway. So, we're actually good now. I don't think he's running giant. We do need... The air is a bit of a problem. We have to save a witch for his air. Ah, witches do AoE. I was not aware of that. Okay. Oh god, giant skeleton. No, bomb tower should clear these out nicely. There we go. Cool. That's a hold. That was a great counter. He spent a lot on that army, and he got nothing done with it. So we're going to break the left tower. Nice. Cool. He just uses AoE. Have skeletons. Now he's in trouble. Oh, it's a bomber! Kill it before he bombs again! Ah! I wasn't even aware he was running bomber. Hey, you live and learn. And the bomber fucking... The bomber's killing all my shit, and I hate him. Get him! Get him! Oh, he killed my tombstone as well. Fuck that bomber! Oh my god! The value. He's gonna... At least the bomb tower should kill him. I lost the tower as well, though. Oh my... Ah. Okay, giant skeleton spawning right in front of him. I didn't negate the charge bonus, which sucks a bit. Bomber. I don't have any defense for it, though. I'm gonna do some damage, definitely, but... Bomber survives, surprisingly. So let's get the kill, alright. Yeah, so one counters the other there. We need to take advantage of this spawn on his side. Musketeer coming up. That's fine. Actually, is it fine? It maybe isn't fine. Here, have a bomb tower. More stuff. Skeleton army. He just uses fireball. Go. That was perfect timing. Some damage done. Oh, God. Oh, I don't have the AoE for this. Oh, actually, I do. That's a bomb tower. Why did he spawn an army on a bomb tower? I think that wins me the game. Oh, maybe not. What can I do to delay him? Drop Army of the Dead on top of them. That might be enough to kill him. Yep, that worked. Bomb tower center. And we win 1 crown to 0. Nice. Oh. Nice. That went pretty well. My arena is the Bone Pit, by the way. As you go up, these are all the other card unlocks. And you unlock access to these cards when you gain access to these arenas. So I'm quite close to the Barbarian Bowl, which will give me access to some cards here. The thing is, you can acquire these cards, like, before that, though. Because I've got all this stuff. I think the way that it works, and the Clash Royale dev in chat can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong here, is that when you get to that arena, you automatically unlock these cards at level 1 if you don't already have them. But if you've got them from a box, you can still use them. Which is good, because that means I'll actually get Hog Rider and Inferno Tower, which I have not got, plus that Tesla. Although, I've actually seen none of the cards that unlock from these, so I may be wrong there. Because I'm sure I got Cannon earlier than that. I already have Cannon, Barbarians, Rocket, and this. Oh no, am I currently in the Barbarian Bowl? That's why? No, according to this, I'm in Arena 2. Oh, did I drop down in rank? That must be why. Okay, right. I must have hit Arena 3, but I'm currently getting Arena 2 chests. He seems upset. Alright. Bomb tower. That is bad. Okay. Let's... Witch, maybe? I don't actually have a... I think lightning is probably the best thing I've got to deal with that. Because that AoE is gonna fucking kill me. Bomb on this side. I can do decent enough damage with the witch. The giant skeleton will knock it down. I just didn't spawn with it, so that was a bit unlucky. Bomber's holding right now on the left side. Bomber finally goes down. Giant skeleton, counter that. That should take your bomb tower down. Yep, that is the wrong counter to giant skeleton. That's why. Army of the Dead. That gives me momentum. Back it up with Tombstone. Even if he kills that, at least it gives me stuff. Looks like we're going to have to go for another bomber. We still have a choke point. Let's make use of it. He's putting a huge amount of pressure on this side. Bomber gets a good elimination before going down. That's a lot of shit. I need AoE. A bomb tower will do nicely. That should do the trick. Skeletons just in case. We got a great trade out of that, I think. Oh my god, look at that. That was the wrong thing to spawn there. Absolutely the wrong thing. Let's get a witch going, so we can slow his momentum on this side, and then we can maybe counter with a giant skeleton on the right. He is really putting... basically, if I have a bomb tower on that bridge, he can't do shit. So, you know, I'm going to continue pressure on this side, secure that bridge, and then put the bomb tower down. So this entire strategy is going to get shut down. Oh. Bomb on the side. And then bomb tower on the bridge. Right, he's not getting over that bridge ever again. Now we put skeleton pressure on the right side because he's committed to defending the left. Bomb tower says no. Another giant skeleton to the right, to the left, just to keep that going. Bomber behind is pressuring my tombstone. Have an army. I don't think you have much AoE, actually. I don't think I've seen you use AoE. We should have maybe been using more army. Oh yeah, of course, he has the bomb tower as AoE. I keep forgetting about that. I'll take his bomb tower out, though, and I've got 2 bomb towers. Giant skeleton, right. AoE back up this side. Huge skeleton army. Hope he does. I don't think he has a bomb tower available. He does, but he just spawned it on the wrong side. He spawned it on the wrong side. Yes! Yes! Push, push! Oh my god. Bomb tower... That blew up everything. Okay. Alright, sudden death pressure is on, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Oh, that was a wrong spawn. That was the wrong thing. He's just killed all of them. Oh, fuck. Did I just lose the game? I don't think so. Not yet. But we're getting there. Counter the tombstone pressure. We need AoE. Need AoE right the fuck now. AoE. Pressure the right. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Doesn't get much better than that. That was as good as it gets. Skeleton pressure. Right side. Oh, it's almost dead. Shit, lightning. Give me lightning. Come on. 2. Fuck. No. Ah. Oh, damn it. I could have killed that with lightning earlier. Shit. I didn't notice. I'm so used to not having that spell. I'm so used to not having that spell that I didn't notice I could have killed that and won the game. Shit. Damn it. I'm such an idiot. I had that game in the bag. I threw it away. I was focusing so much on defending my side that I didn't notice the HP on his left tower. Yep. That was Miss Lethal. We now have a Miss Lethal. No. Anything but that. Literally should have fucking hit the face. Alright, what do you got? Open skeleton. And witch pressure, right side. The skeleton wins that fight, no problem. And also AoE's his next wave. So, this should be good pressure. Okay, so overall we are currently ahead. Okay, I haven't seen how much AoE he's got yet. Army of the Dead, okay, we need to deal with that. Bomb tower will deal with that. Taking some damage, but not. That witch is a fucking nightmare, though. Let's test his AoE capabilities. He doesn't have any. Ahaha! We found the weakness in your deck. Giant skeleton, left-hand side. I don't mind losing that tombstone because that's going to spawn the skeletons, which should kill those goblin spearmen. Giant. Fuck. Lightning's not really enough to kill that, is it? Lightning hits 3 targets. Which will help. Bomber. That fucking musketeer is going to take my tower out. Get it? Oh, thank God. Okay, keep the momentum going on the left. He's almost lost that tower too. I might end up lightning in that tower, but I think the witch should get it. Especially with the bomber back up. Yeah, that tower's gone. Nice. Bomb tower sender. We know his AoE's weak, so we're spawning another skeleton army. Bomber. Yep. Your skeleton army's gonna get mashed. Giant skeleton push. And that might be a win. He's equalized, though. Fuck. Can I beat him before that? I know he has weak AoE, so I think we can just beat him anyway, even with that. GG. King dead. And that got us back into the Barbarian Bowl. There we go. So that also means I'm now getting chests from level 3. Which is kind of important, because all of the chests that I was getting before, the prices do actually go up slightly, it seems. I did not know that. That's slightly dickish. That's slightly dickish. Yeah, I'll open a few golden chests. Yeah, so basically the higher arena you get, the slightly... You still get these chests, like, for free, but if you want to buy them, the cost goes up. I assume that's, like, maybe mid... I don't know. I think it's probably just them being dicks, but whatever. It's like, is there a good business reason for that? Oh, I got some pretty nice minions. Do you get more cards? Oh, they increase the number of cards. Okay. Alright. Alright, there you go. I'll give it to you. X is going to give it to you. That's fine. So you get more cards in the boxes, but they cost more. But they... Interestingly enough, the silver chests do not go up in price, and yet you get more cards and more gold in them. Okay. Not dickish. Alright. That's fair. Sneaky bastards. I mean, I gotta admit, like, I hate Clash of Clans as a game. Like, I despise Clash of Clans, but this business model is not unfair, actually. Alright, let's do 2 more games, and then I'm gonna wrap it. Maybe we do 1 more cast. If they have a new pro replay up, then I might... I'm just... Unlock these. Gobbos, giant. Barbarians. You see, that cannon, I saw the usefulness of it, because it's a great distraction tool. Although I wonder at low level if it's going to be good enough to actually do that. Well, you're not at a huge disadvantage about people that buy all the powerful cards, because you're matched up against the people that have the same level cards as you do, for the most part. So, it's fine. You don't end up against people that have way more upgrades than you. That's how the matchmaking works. In theory. I don't know how well it works exactly, but in theory, that shouldn't be a problem. Good start. I'd play this on PC. I mean, it's weird because, like, it's got a lot of short matches, but, like, this is a window game. This is a game you could play in a window while you're looking at something else. I mean, there's no reason why Hearthstone should be on PC, and yet it is, and incredibly successful, so, yeah, why not? It would be interesting to see if Supercell actually did release this on PC, because I'd actually fucking play it. Although, like, on iOS, it's really convenient. We haven't tested his AoE yet, and he just dropped a giant, so this is going to be a perfect opportunity for that. Oh, wasting elixir. Bad move. Drop a giant on him. Skeleton arm is usually a pretty good way of dealing with a giant. I'm going to put a counter spawn to the left there. He has a very Zergy army, so I'm thinking let's put a bomber at the back and do some damage. Yeah, my bombers seem to be shutting him down really well. If he has air, he hasn't shown it yet, so this is working pretty well. I mean, that bomber just eliminated an entire skeleton army. So I'm going to back up with a witch here. And send some skeletons in too. The timer thing would piss people off on PC, though. That's the problem. Like, people on PC really fucking hate timers. Nice. And right in the middle with the bomb tower. I love that strat. It's like, hey, as soon as I get in your base, I'm going to put a bomb tower in, so immediately when you spawn, all your shit explodes. Oh, he's throwing a goblin barrel over to bypass it. Except it didn't. That's the problem. It's going to attack the nearest building. That's how the AI prioritizes itself. So he's actually in real trouble now. I don't know how good his AoE is, but we're about to test that. More shit your way! I don't think he has much AoE, and I think he's fucked now. Have another bomb tower. Something just blew up all my stuff, but hey. I don't care. Oh, he actually has a baby dragon. He should have spawned that earlier, because I don't really have a good answer to that other than my witch. If he'd spawned the baby dragon earlier, he would have destroyed all my stuff. I'm glad he didn't. Fuck that baby dragon. Bomber at the back. I mean, the timer isn't that different to Warframe, really. So, I mean, you could argue that with Warframe, people kind of accepted it, but also, if you read any of the comments on my fucking video, people bitched about that anyway, so, you know, maybe they don't accept it. I could be wrong, but I just won, so hey. Nice. Alright, let's see. Is there a new replay to watch? There is. Yep, this is a new one. Who actually decides? Apparently, maybe it's automated who puts these battles up. Yeah, Warframe is about crafting. Yeah, that's the difference. The thing is, you can only open one chest at a time. That's the main problem. So basically, if you don't have a gold or a magical chest to open overnight, you end up wasting time. What I'd like... Here's, since the dev's in the chat, if you want to be a little bit fairer, why don't you let people queue 2 silver chests? Only 2. Because that's 6 hours. That's enough to queue 2 chests overnight. Don't expect people to wake up every 3 hours. I know in Clash of Clans they do, but that's crazy and you shouldn't be encouraging it. So, maybe let you queue up 2 silver chests. Because for gold chests, it's not a problem. Because you just queue up a gold chest or a magic chest overnight, and then you wake up and it's done. But if it's only 3 hours, then yeah. Yeah, so Hazen, we actually saw Hazen earlier, didn't we? It looks like he's changed his deck up a little bit. Alright, let's see. Let's do a little bit of analysis. So he's got the heavy ground, he's got the P.E.K.K.A. That's a terrible name, please change it. The Golem. So his siege ability is really strong. He's got level 10 archers in there, which is gonna be fucking required. He actually has archers and baby dragon, which is gonna shut this down pretty well. His opponent's actually running minion and minion horde. I like Hazen's chances here. Right. The wizard is more of an AoE dude, from what I can tell. There is some air here. The baby dragon is air, but there's no like big surge of units for the wizard to take down. Goblins here again. There's 2 spells on this side, so he's got lightning and fireball. I noticed that we're running mirror on this one, so it seems to me like... Oh, he can't mirror. Can he mirror his... He can't mirror his Hog Rider. It's not high enough level, by the looks of it. Oh, you can mirror it, just levels it down. Okay, right. I understand. So that's... Yeah, his mirror's really low level, which makes me think he's going to go for a horde with it. Because, I mean, look at all these. He's got 4 out of 8 of his dudes are massive hordes. And Hazen, he's got a fireball for AoE, and he's got a baby dragon. I don't know if he has quite enough. It's going to probably depend on timing and how good his fireballs are. Lightning's only hit, like... Lightning will be great for taking out the wizards and the Hog Rider, but he's lacking, like, really direct, sustained AoE, which makes me think maybe, like, missions can overwhelm him. Let's find out. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Missions in the red trunks to the top of the field versus Hazen to the bottom of the field from Clan Salt. Love it. Alright, let's see where we go. So Elixir goes up 10 for the first time. We're going to see our spawn coming in just a moment. What's the decision? I'm going to see a middle goblin here. Sorry, goblin. No, what the fuck am I talking about? Golem. Hog Rider. Very aggressive spawn with a Hog Rider right there. But, and it's going to do some damage as well. It broke through the tombstone and the minions came in as well. That's actually huge damage from missions. Holy shit. What I was saying about that rush strat? Yeah. The amount of pressure he was able to put on, he already takes a tower down. That's aggressive. The Golem is definitely going to do some damage on the return, though. The question is how much? Not a lot. Alright, missions with a great first start here. Hazen taking a ton of damage, losing a tower immediately. His opening gambit was hard countered on the right-hand side, and his tombstone did not shut the Hog Rider down fast enough, thanks to the support of the minions here. Things are looking good right now for missions. He's currently up 1 crown to 0. Let's see what the next spawn's going to be. We're going to see P.E.K.K.A. in the center. So a very heavy unit. If he'd spawned P.E.K.K.A. in the first place on the right-hand side instead of that tombstone, I think he would have been fine. Baby Dragon coming up for the AoE here, but a good amount of pressure coming in on the King Tower, though. And, of course, minions have been spawned to deal with that. The lack of anti-air is really hurting Hazen at the moment. The P.E.K.K.A. goes down with no effect. Not a good trade. The Baby Dragon will be able to deal with that, but it was too busy trying to deal with the Hog Rider, so some damage is going to be inflicted. We need to see a good Golem push here, because Missions currently doesn't have a great way of dealing with that. I mean, he can mirror the minions, but that's not going to kill him too quickly. So a Golem push would be good here, but it looks like we're going to have to see a defensive play out of Hazen to try and clear his side of the field. Full bar. What's the choice? Aggressive goblin spawn right on top of those archers. Takes a few of them out. He can actually, if he waits for that to cross the field, he could go for a big rush with a Hog Rider and try and pressure him out of that. Which ends up spawning a wizard on the left-hand side. I guess we're going to see how effective that is against the tower. Not very, actually. Big fireball coming out of Hazen. Cleans that out, and the golems are doing some damage. There is also that musketeer, though that did get taken out. Alright, we're seeing the wizard spawn on the right-hand side right now to try and deal with that dragon, and it will be able to do that quite nicely. No problem there at all. Pressure coming in, lightning comes in as well. So far, so good for missions. You're just going to hold that right tower for the next 30 seconds. Musketeer has been spawned. That's going to be answered with minions, which easily murders the Musketeer. That was a mistake. I have a feeling that might be the death knell. We'll see. Building goes down. That takes that out immediately, and we see the same strategy with the Hog Rider, but without the minion support. So it wasn't able to take down the left tower of Hazen. He's able to defend, but Missions has 10 seconds left. Any lightning available? Lightning is available. It's not enough to kill it! 17 HP! 5 seconds to bring it down. He can't do it. He can't do it. Can we get a fireball off? No! The spawn with the minions stops the fireball. GG. Split-second clutch drop of the minions right below the dragon. The lightning took it down to 17 HP. That was a miscalculation there on how much damage that does. And the dragon would have finished it with that fireball if not for that spawn. So mission wins 1 crown to 0. Nasty. Alright, I'm going to wrap it, folks. That's Clash Royale. Apparently, it's coming out in March. It's currently on soft launch if you're in Canada or New Zealand. You can play it. If you want to play it anyway, if you set up an iTunes account on your PC to be for those countries, and then switch your iTunes account on your iPad to that account, you can download Clash Royale. The problem is you can't buy gems, because it doesn't count your currency. So if you want to buy gems, you've got to, like, buy a gift card online for a certain country, and that's the way to do it. That'll cost you a little bit more, but I think you could totally play this game for free, because bear in mind, like, you're going to be fighting against really low-level dudes with low-level upgrades if you're playing for free anyway. So free-to-play players are going to have a less of a selection, but they're not going to get dicked over by people that paid money. At least if the matchmaking works correctly. If it doesn't, well... enjoy getting beaten up by rich people, because that's not common, is it? Thank you very much for watching, folks. I enjoyed this stream a great deal. I think this game is a lot of fun, and it was a lot of fun to stream it, too. I was not paid to stream this, but if Supercell would like to, I wouldn't say no. I'm a PC critic. I'll sell out to iOS games. Absolutely. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. And big thanks, of course, to our new subs. I'm going to do a quick read of those, if it emails me fast enough before the end of this episode. To be fair, why would you pay me? I just streamed your game for free. That's the dumb thing. What I should have done is emailed them first and said, hey, I'll stream your game if you pay me. But I'm not really... I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not really much of a dick like that. Like, I think that, to some degree, some streamers and some YouTubers are way too aggressive with that stuff, and I don't. You know, I like to play the games that I like, and I like people to know that the games that I like are the games that I like because I think that, not because I was paid to think that. I'm just emailing through the new subscriber list, which will hopefully be here momentarily. Usually takes a while, though, so we'll see. But yeah, I mean, today was actually kind of my day off. I've got a highlight reel from Overwatch coming up tomorrow. My Firewatch video, of course, is out today. If you haven't already watched it, feel free to go and have a look at the Firewatch. I might release a vlog. I don't know, like, half of me says I should talk about that whole Overwatch stream VOD thing, and the other half of me says, fuck it, don't engage. But thankfully, I mean, some of the people, I know some of the people on the stream last time were getting angry that I was too salty or whatever, but if you find that annoying, turn off. But I will say this, I find it insulting that people believe that they can lecture me on the relationships that I have with my friends. You aren't my friends, and you're not theirs. You don't get to lecture me on that. My relationship with my friends is my own. Thank you very much. I would appreciate it if you did not make comments in that regard. You don't have the right. Okay, let's have a look at this sub list. These are from the people that I do appreciate. I appreciate, of course, everybody. Not just the subs, but... oh, hello. Let's not show a spreadsheet on stream. There we go. Let's see who we got. All right, I'm going to scroll right down the bottom. There's quite a lot. I also need to fix this. I've got some music in my list that doesn't work, and it keeps popping this shit up. All right. This one, should go off. All right, what we got? I scrolled too far. What's the date today? All right, yes, there we go. Okay, so big thanks to our new subscribers today. They are as follows. Is that right? Just checking that this is correct. It's all on UTC. There we go. Okay, new subscribers today are as follows. Deltano, Positive Loser, Sir Terabyte, The Big Guy 89, Einbrotchin, thanks. Dizzy Tissue, Super Gavio, Tecumseh Shaman, I think. Draconk, Zathordus, Skulk 21, Brother Vengeance, Sir Merg Lortus, Lamelon Lord, Runkle, Sideshot NL, Grave Salad, We Are Not Friends, Crips Erect Left Nipple. I hope that was worth your $5. Grice of Cobb, Arian, Abomination, Warbat, Lawbury, BKO, Poly2K, Revan Redem, Nick Sloan, Das Kraubchen, Deborn Airwolf, Clash Royale. This is unethical. I need you to unsub. I'll give you... Right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you moderator rights, and I need you to unsub. You can't give me money. You're a game developer. Don't do that. That is bad. That is very bad. If you're going to give me money, do it in an official sponsorship capacity. Hang on, I'm going to give you... Oh, I can't bring up the viewer list. Okay, you know, actually, hang on, I can just type the mod command. Here you go, folks. The latest games journalism and ethical scandal is that Clash Royale subbed to my channel for $5. This is not okay. There we go. Clash Royale, you're now a moderator. You can now speak unsub from my channel. I don't want to have to ban you. Okay. And I'll refund you $5. Or, you know what, actually... I have an answer to this. I can answer this problem right here. We are going to do... this in your name. There we go. I am donating your $5 to Charity Water. In fact, I'm going to donate $5 a month to Charity Water. That is the amount of money your sub cost. And now, as a result, I don't have to feel bad anymore. There you go. Just putting the details in. Da-da-da-da-da. $5 a month. Yep. Agree. There we go. Here, I can prove that it happened. There we go. See? Clash Royale subscriptions now being donated for water in third world countries. Now I can't be bribed. Okay, cool. Outside of that, let's continue. Who else do we have? Cookies, Christoph 4197, Gersbach 190, and Final Fart. I don't appreciate your name, but I appreciate your business. Thank you very much for your subscription. And also to the ones that didn't make the list, Scotty McPhail. Anyone else? Just seeing I didn't miss anybody. Wasad Keese? You also subbed? Yeah, and that's as far back as I can go in the chat. So if that didn't end up there, then there we go. Cool! Alright, thank you very much for watching, folks. That was fun. Clash Royale, coming out in March and available for soft launch on New Zealand and Canadian iOS accounts. I will see you next time. Goodbye.